Hey, what's up? It's the Culture Detective here investigating your favorite movies, and today I am back with another daily movie review, and today it would be Mank. Mank. Directed by David Fincher, screenplay by David Fincher himself, as well as David Fincher's father, Jack Fincher. And yeah, I've been reviewing movies daily. I've been watching movies, one movie per day, because I have so many movies that I want to review before 2021 begins. But I may take a rest today. So originally I wanted to watch Wolf Walkers tonight and then review it tomorrow. Maybe I'll push it to another day. I don't know. But anyways, Mank is a biopic about Herman Mankiewicz, and he is a screenwriter in America in the 1930s, and he is the guy who wrote the one and only Citizen Kane, which is widely considered to be one of the greatest films of all time. Of course, it is directed by Orson Welles, who is the legendary director. Now, admittedly, I haven't seen Citizen Kane. I've seen the first 20 minutes of it a long, long time ago, but for some weird reason, I just stopped. Maybe it's not me. Maybe it's that everybody's watching it and other people got bored. I forgot what happened, but I didn't see the whole thing. However, I did see Touch of Evil from front to back like almost 2 weeks ago, which I find absolutely brilliant, cinematography wise, production wise. The writing is amazing as well. I absolutely love Touch of Evil. Huge fan. And I haven't seen F for Fake Lady from Shanghai and Mabel Anderson's and Othello and all that, so I'm really looking forward to watching those as well. But yeah, back to this movie, Mank. Yeah, this is one of the most anticipated movies of the year, alongside with Dune, French Dispatch, Tenet, um, and maybe Black Widow, and three of these movies won't be released until 2021. And yeah, I'm a little underwhelmed. Honestly, I'm a little underwhelmed. Of course, given that it's David Fincher, it is well directed, of course, as expected. But honestly, plot wise and the execution side of things, I just don't think this movie really lives up to the hype at all. Um, yeah, so let's talk about the technical side of things first. This movie tries to feel like a very 30s movie. This movie is shot in 8K and I think with color, and then it is, being degraded and is turned to black and white in post production. So, I mean, it's not a huge flaw or anything, but if you're a very, very committed director, maybe you would want to use some old camera lens and old cameras and not even shoot it in color in the first place. Like in The Lighthouse, where they even didn't use a modern camera. Another thing is that if they are going for this, 1930s, 1940s film aesthetic, a lot of the camera movements in this film are not very 30s or 40s. Now, I'm not some film history expert or something, but I've seen a number of 40s American films and also a couple 30s films, I think. Yeah. And again, no way are these smooth ass pans and crane shots this commonly used in films from the 30s or 40s. But you know what? Let's just put that aside. Of course, if you had to make the whole film very, very 30s and 40s, it would be more eccentric and gimmicky, I guess. So, maybe David Fincher is like, you know what? I'll still have it look modern, but just slightly 30s. The dialogues are not that well written either. There are a lot of moments of convenience. Dialogues being said just for the sake of an aha moment, an Easter egg, like a little smart reference here and there. As far as the plot goes, it is pretty underwhelming as well. The concept itself is not bad. Again, this is a biopic of Herman Mankiewicz, brilliantly played by Gary Oldman. I think his performance is great, and he has always been a fantastic actor. And we constantly go from present day, where in 1940, I think, or was it 1939, when he was in his bed after a car crash and he's writing Citizen Kane. He's speaking on the bed, and there were two other women beside him, just writing and typing. And one of them is Lily Collins. And then we constantly have flashbacks to 1933, 34, 36, where back in the days he still works at the MGM Pictures, and how much he hates the mayor, who is one of the M's in MGM, and how he also became very engaged and invested in a certain election between a Democratic Socialist and a Republican, and the Democratic Socialist is played by Bill Nye the Russian spy. Damn. Bill Nye in a David Fincher movie? Hell yeah. And we also have flashbacks to Marion Davies, who is played by Amanda Seyfried, and also Charles Dance as William Hearst, who is this really wealthy, powerful newspapers guy in California, and Citizen Kane is loosely based on him. And similar to Citizen Kane, the film itself, this movie is also told in a bunch of flashbacks. And I do like that idea, but honestly, the plot, the story in these flashbacks, are they that engaging? Not really. Am I really that invested in Herman Mankiewicz, the person? No, not really, because his character was never made likable or anything. Half the time he's drunk, and the other half the time he's saying witty things, and he's being rebellious and not so upright, and that's pretty much his character. It's not made to be very likable or anything. I guess there are also pros in this movie. First of all, it's not a super slow paced movie. It's pretty well paced, I guess. Sure. There are a lot of scenes in this movie where it's like, again, not really all that interesting, kind of forgettable. The actual climax of this movie is basically a dinner party, which is thrown by the mayor guy and William Hearst, and Mank crashed it and said some harsh things to William Hearst, and that is the climax. Really? But as far as the plot goes, I think it's still fine in and of itself. And I also like that this movie is like a tribute to 1930s 1940s filmmaking, a love letter, similar to how Once Upon a Time in Hollywood by Quentin Tarantino is sort of a love letter to 1950s and 60s and 70s Hollywood. This one is more 30s and 40s. So if you have no idea about anything in 30s or 40s Hollywood, you're probably going to be bored as hell watching this movie, because there are a lot of like 1930s 40s film references, like, oh, Ben Hecht, that's the guy who wrote the Gone with the Wind, and then there's the, oh, he said Philip Marlowe, that is the main character for the Raymond Chandler novels. Oh, I know, because I took that film noir class in college, haha. But if you have no idea what the hell is going on in the 30s and 40s in Hollywood, you're probably gonna be bored as hell. So it's just not very accessible. Neither is it all that engaging of a movie, in my opinion. I'm saying Mank is a nice try, and I'm giving it a decent 7 out of 10. So, have you watched Mank? From one to 10, how much is you rated? Like it, and subscribe if you want more. And thanks for watching. Okay, originally, I planned to watch Memories of Murder by Bong Joon-ho, but I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to watch Wolfwalkers and Another Round, or Tuk by Thomas Vinterberg, and these two reviews would be the last movie reviews of the year. Yay.